What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I would like to give you guys some Atlanta Falcons news. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you'll know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content. Hit that like button for your boy. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for your continued support. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So today in Atlanta Falcons news, the Atlanta Falcons have signed a wide receiver, Slade Bolden. He actually tried out for the Atlanta Falcons team this past weekend. He was at rookie mini camps. And they brought in a couple players to come and try out for the team. And Slade Bolden is one of the guys that actually performed well during his tryout. And he signed a one-year deal with our Atlanta Falcons on yesterday. Slade Bolden is about 5'11", 190 pounds. And he actually played his college football at the University of Alabama. And Slade Bolden is one of those guys that I definitely think could help this Atlanta Falcons team, possibly on special teams, and also it adds more depth to our wide receiver room. Slade Bolden as a wide receiver is really a possession receiver. He's not the fastest guy, but he is quick in short areas, so he does have that quick short area quickness. He is one of those guys that has really good hands, runs pretty decent routes, and he played a lot of slot wide receiver at the University of Alabama. I think his biggest asset is his ability to sit down in zones, meaning understanding where the void is on defenses, and being that possession receiver that understands during scramble drills and things of that nature where the quarterback is looking to throw the ball to someone. He was a wide receiver at Alabama that moved the chains a lot of the times for that Alabama offense. He was one of those guys on third down that the wide receiver looked for between the numbers. He was one of those guys that understands zones and understands where the voids are in those zones. So I definitely think that he could definitely come in and help this Atlanta Falcons team, be one of those guys that can help move the chains, similar to like a tight end or a slot wide receiver, kind of play the role that Olamide Zaccheaus played for the Falcons the last couple seasons, of a guy who understood zones, understood where to sit down and understand where the voids are in the zones and help move the chains on third down. So I definitely think this pickup of Slade Bolden definitely is a pretty good pickup for our Atlanta Falcons. He's not a star wide receiver. He's not one of those guys that's going to wow you with, huge numbers. But he is one of those guys that was reliable in college. He doesn't really have much NFL experience. He actually wasn't drafted in 2022. He was actually picked up by the Baltimore Ravens as an undrafted free agent. And he ended up getting injured with a sports hernia during training camp with the Baltimore Ravens. So he didn't see any playing time as far as live NFL games or anything of that nature. So he doesn't have that NFL experience, but he did play at a high level at Alabama. And we know that Alabama plays in the SEC, plays against the cream of the crop, and they've won a lot of national championships. And we know that Alabama has one of the better coaching staffs on the collegiate level. So being that Slade Bolden was one of those guys that actually got on the field, and Nick Saban and that coaching staff trusted him to play in those big national championship games and play in those big games with Alabama. He is a guy that is one of those cerebral type wide receivers. Like I said, he's not the fastest guy. He's not a guy that's going to get a ton of separation in man-to-man situations. But on those third down situations where you need a wide receiver that you can run those option routes, and a wide receiver that understands where to sit down in the voids and zones and things of that nature, Slade Bolden is a pretty good possession wide receiver. But with that being said, you guys let me know what you think of Slade Bolden being signed by the Atlanta Falcons. Do you like this signing for our Atlanta Falcons? Personally, I think the Falcons are doing a great job of bringing in competition, adding depth to this roster. And like I've mentioned numerous times here on my video, I really think that this is going to be a tough 53-man roster to make because they've added so much depth and added so much young talent on this team. So it's going to be very interesting as we get into the summer months. And once training camp start, it's going to be very interesting to see the competition between each, position group on this Atlanta Falcons roster. With that being said, this been your boy Jew. I have a lot more content coming for you guys. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed. Peace.